Okay, I can already take this. I can already tell that this is going to take a little while for me to record, so I better get going on this. I record a lot of videos with this camera, but most of them never see the light of day. I'm sure at some point somebody's going to go back and look at them, whether it's me or my family, but for the most part I record it, put it on my 2 external hard drives that are like, have every picture and every video I've ever taken. They have every, like not every year, but you know, like years, and then within those months, and then within those days, and it's very well organized, but I rarely ever go back through and use that video for anything. So that's like all fine and dandy that these videos have been recorded and they're on the hard drive, but I want them to be like readily available, something that I can access very quickly, and if I post them online, then from anywhere in the world. These hard drives that I use, they're very good, but they lag when you go back and watch the video. So just having them in an easily accessible place would be very, very helpful. And genuinely, the main reason that I want to have these videos online is so that I can quickly have access to those memories that I really enjoyed at the time. Like, it's cool to go back on the hard drive and look around, but to have access to that video at any given moment, if I want some motivation or just want to relive or re-feel something, it would just be so nice to have that on the internet. I really felt like I had to get that out there because that's not what this video is about at all. I just want to make sure that I post more so that I can go back and look at the things that I've done, because getting on that hard drive is such a nuisance and it's just time consuming, and I can only do it in my room. That's it. So what this video is really about is that I've been going through something recently, and it's been kind of difficult for me because I haven't really dealt with an issue like this before. This is probably the most significant issue that I've ever had to deal with, and so I just wanted to currently capture how I feel right now so that when it does get better, which I know that it will, I can go back and look at this video and remember, oh my gosh, I remember that pain that I was feeling. So I've been dealing with my sciatic nerve. I have pain in my buttocks area, and when I bend at the hip, that pain radiates all the way down my leg and really goes into my calf, and my calf gets kind of numb, and it just makes bending at the hip very not so comfortable. So when I go to sit down or when I go to stand up, think about any time that you pick up something or that you go to get up off the ground or get on the ground or lay in your bed, any of those movements give me a little bit of pain. And I've been recently in the stage of thinking that this issue is going to be around forever, which I know is not the case, but when you've been dealing with it for so long, it feels like it's going to stick around forever. And then here, even more recently, I've been thinking about how it could get worse, or like what's been causing this. Maybe this pain will actually be around forever, which again is very difficult not to think when you've been dealing with it for a little while. And for anyone that knows me, I am a pretty active person. I like to run very frequently, like 3 or 4 times a week. I like to go hiking in the summertime. I like to go to the gym every so often. I like to ride my bike. I like to go on walks. Just be very, very active. And so this has really been taking a toll on my mental health. Nothing drastic, but the more ambitious goals that I have of like my physical health, those things have kind of diminished recently because I just can barely do my minimal tasks like cleaning my room or showering. Things like that become more difficult, and so I've been very lazy recently, and it's just been kind of difficult. And I really just dream of the day that I don't have to have any pain at all. Like, I often think about that would be so nice. Like, sometimes when I'll take ibuprofen, which I rarely ever do, but I'll take ibuprofen for this issue and it'll completely knock it out. And then I'll go 5-6 hours without any pain, and at the end of that 5 to 6 hours I'll be thinking, oh my gosh, am I actually better? And then I'll realize that, oh yeah, I did take some ibuprofen, and that's what's been knocking out the pain. But it gives me a taste of what it will be like when I actually am healed. And then on top of that, I was sick for about a week and a half, 2 weeks, which again is not that big of a deal, but that stacked on top of the sciatic nerve, it just really made me feel like I was getting old. And yeah, I am 28 years old now. I'm 28. I know that with age, your body is going to get older. I totally get that. That makes sense. And some things may become more difficult. But I don't think that should be happening yet. At all. It's just kind of difficult for me to, have a cough and just feel a lack of energy, as well as have to deal with this leg issue. So with your age, as you get older, clearly you have a responsibility to take care of yourself, because what you can do in your youth is not the exact same that you can do as you start to get older. Some people get really lucky and their whole life they never have to deal with any physical issues. And I think I'm really lucky and very thankful that it happened at such a young age, so that I can just be aware of it as I start to get older, and I can prevent those aging issues. Okay, so everything you just saw was written back in June. It is now August because I have been putting off this video. I've also been doing stuff, but it's definitely been on the back burner, even though it's at the forefront of my mind and I really want to make this video. So everything you're seeing now is in August, 2 months later, and I actually have some updates. So the good news, well, I know what it is now, because going to physical therapy, we kind of were just like bouncing off, trying to figure out what it was, and I finally figured it out. I have a herniated disc. I don't know how I did it at all. The only thing I can think of, I didn't have a fall or anything. The only thing I can think of is I was tent camping in March, and I was sleeping in a tent and I was sneezing and coughing, and maybe I did something. I have no idea what it is, but we know what's causing it now, so now we can address it. And I have some updates even more so after figuring out that update, because we figured that out like early July. I'm getting a lot better and I feel a lot better. I still have my pain, but like here in the last week it's been developing a lot, and it's because I haven't been going on any trips. I've been going to PT twice a week and just been really hammering my exercises, and I'm starting to feel a lot better. Don't have to take ibuprofen, and I'm just super excited because I want to feel better. I want to get fully healed, but I'm so glad that I'm able to record this while I'm still feeling the pain, because it'll just really, it'll make looking at it in the future that much better, because I'll be like, okay, I was feeling pain. Oh, now I was feeling better there. So my day-to-day tasks are getting easier and easier to do. And now that those are easing up, you know, I've been able to reflect, because I've been thinking about, you know, my hip constantly, or my sciatic nerve, you know, that area constantly. And as it's starting to ease up and some things are starting to get better, I have started to reflect on this summer, and, you know, going into the summer, everything that I thought that I wanted to get done and that I actually wanted to get done, some of the stuff didn't happen. I don't think I really had a whole lot planned, but I did have more than what I accomplished this summer, like thought up in my head. And so I've had to, you know, kind of reflect on that and realize that, you know, that's a bit of a bummer, but I'm starting to get better, which is really all that I care about. So I have come to terms with, you know, not getting to do all the things that I wanted to do this summer, but I also should mention that I realize that I'm really lucky to be a teacher and not have to do anything for like 2.5 months. Like, I totally get that, all right? But I've started to come to terms with it, because I really did want to get a lot of things done and I wasn't able to, and that's perfectly fine. I did gain, you know, a little bit of weight because I wasn't as active, and that's fine. Sometimes you need to just take a breather, and I'm so thankful that even though I had to go through this, I knew it wasn't going to last forever, and I was able to just take a break from, I don't really push my body all that much, but I do a lot of physical activity, and it was very nice to just relax. And of course with that came me gaining some weight because I was eating exactly how I wanted to, but I'm excited to get back into the working out part, because then I can just continue to eat what I want. And like, it seems weird to say, but I'm a little bit thankful. I kind of already alluded to this earlier, but it's nice to have an insight of what my life could be like if I didn't take care of myself. I get into my late years and I am hard of walking, hard of hearing, need to be pushed around, maybe in a wheelchair potentially. Maybe the last couple of years of my life I have to live with somebody helping me out at a younger age than most people. Like, I know that this is not an exact translation, but I realize how important it is to take care of my body, and I'm excited to get through with this and just really hit hard the health of my body, because it's the only one I'm gonna get. Something I feel like I've been able to learn at a relatively young age is this great quote. It's by Naval Ravikant, and every time I get sick I think about it, every single time. And I'm going to read it off of this because it's not a long one, but a healthy man wants 1,000 things, and a sick man only wants one. To be able to do anything that you want to do, or anything that I want to do, you have to be healthy enough to do that. If I want to go work out, if I want to make a business, if I want to go take pictures, if I want to travel, literally anything you want to do, you have to feel good to be able to do that, or at least have the motivation mentally and physically to go out and do it. And if you're not healthy, you can't do any of that. And that's why I love this quote so much. It just genuinely makes me feel alive. It really helps me understand what's most important and what I really need to take care of. It is just so important that you take care of yourself, both physically and mentally, and whatever you put into your body, and how well you sleep, and how you treat yourself. All of that is important, because that is the basis for literally anything else that you want to do. You have to start with yourself. Just being ever so aware of everything that deals with your body is the most important thing. And I don't want to keep on hitting that hard because it's going to get really annoying to hear over and over again, but it's so true. And going back to that quote, there's been a couple times where thinking about what I'm going to say to my physical therapist when I go in there, I've almost started to cry a couple times, because that quote just floats around in my head, and I just want to be healthy. That's all I care about, because that's going to help me do anything else that I want to do. It'd be silly of me to not mention my PTs. I'm going to go by first name so that nothing gets out about them. Not that that's a big deal at all, because they're absolutely great. But Seth is the main PT, and then Beth is a student that's been helping him out, and she's been doing awesome. And them together just have really helped me get a lot better, and I'm feeling so much more better, and I'm so excited to finally get over this and then look back at this video. That's probably my favorite part about this. I'm going to continue to keep taking it easy. I went to the gym today, and I'm going to run 2 miles 3 times a week. Just keep it super chill. I'm going to go to the gym 3 times a week, and then I'm going to take Saturday and Sunday off. I'll run on Sunday, but I'll be taking some days off, and that's perfectly fine. Then once this is fully healed, then I can really get back into it and do all the things that I want to do. There's a lot of times where, I'll see influencers or just people online who are, like David Goggins, for example. He's just always pushing himself and always trying to get to the next level. And, to be honest, I don't care about that. I just want to get to the level that I want to be. I don't always need to be the next level or the highest tier. I don't care about any of that. I just want to be healthy. I want to have a good life. I want to enjoy the people that I'm around, and I want to be healthy enough to do all those things. So that's all. Thanks for watching. Love you, man.